Hello, friends, followers. What's up? What's up? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the JHouze Radio Podcast. Today, we are talking about a bunch of random topics. Well, it may seem random to you. We don't have anything in particular to focus on in pop culture. So, what we're doing is talking about the news in and around pop culture, everything from corporate mergers to a look at a new costume. So that's what we're doing. But before we do that, someone needs to look at the trailer to one of the greatest, funniest movies to come out of the early 2000s. Scotty doesn't know.
Uh, yes, it is
I
your.
actually think it was called.
Yeah, because I'm
Hold on.
looking at Scotty doesn't know, and I keep getting like, it looks like Matt Damon performing a song.
Yes, that's in the movie.
Oh, okay, but oh, Is it called Euro Trip?
Euro Trip. Yes.
Oh, I did see that. I did see Euro Trip. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
The
'cause I'm like,
reason why we're 2004. The reason why we're talking about that is because one of the topics we're talking about is celebrity deaths. And I said that the actress, let me go get the list again, Melissa Trachtenberg, for me, will forever be the girl from Scotty Doesn't Know. And so that's what brought up this whole Euro Trip, excuse me. So that's what brought up this whole thing. Because
yeah,
that
I'm
Euro Trip is one of those movies, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I put on Euro Trip and I'm laughing my ass off. This is not where I parked my car.
yeah. Oh, it's Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah, why? What
Um,
did I say?
you said Melissa, but it's
I
okay.
did? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Michelle.
it's
I've
okay.
been, I read so many names like they all kind of merged together,
Together.
together. Bro, I'm looking at this list. It's like Roberta Flack, Angie Stone, a whole bunch of actors from the '70s that were one of those. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen them in 100 TV show kind of actors. You
Yeah,
know,
it's definitely interesting how like this has been like not even this just this year, but past few
these
years, a
past
lot of
months
just
alone.
I know it's greats, legends, and it sucks because I feel like the art in which they performed or was involved in, I just feel like is slowly dwindling in a way because
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of great talent, especially like in the film world, in the music world. We have some good talent, but great, like top notch talent, we're losing a lot of it.
A lot.
And it sucks because I feel like, the knowledge or the wisdom that they're going to carry might die with them for a lot of scenarios, for a lot of situations. And that's the one thing that's a little worrying and like worrisome, essentially.
Well, the problem is that this generation doesn't understand they're here and they've learned things because of the previous generation. Gen X is one of the last generations that got influence from the previous generations because Gen X was the last one on analog, the first one on digital. We had to share a TV with our parents. So we knew things like Ed Sullivan. We knew things like Charlie Chaplin, Three Stoogers, Mob Squad. We knew who Huggy Bear was from Starsky and Hutch. We started with Star Trek, went up to Star Wars, were the first ones to see Indiana Jones, all these great movies.
Yeah.
And now people only watch what they're into. There is none of this, you know, I was stuck watching what my parents watch and things like that. I got into kung fu movies because, the ones, the Shaw Brother kung fu movies, because the only thing was on Sunday at 1 o'clock was the Shaw
Yeah,
Brother movies at the
exactly.
drive. It was called the drive-in theater. So like Gen X is the last generation to actually, grow up, start analog and become digital, and we were the last generation to kind of be exposed to everything. Like you tell a kid from today, oh look, an Elvis impersonator. I'm like, who's Elvis? You know,
Yeah, that is true.
they're so niche, and they say stupid things like 6'7", 6'7", like retarded stuff like that. I
What does
can't.
that mean? 6'7"?
They literally say it to say it.
Okay.
You know
All
what else
right.
these kids will do too now? You know, you know that stupid thing on TikTok where it's like jet, jet whatever, save 20%. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Is the guy that's like selling the signs?
No, 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 no. It's just an audio file where it starts out with a song goes, "Baby, hold my hand." He goes, "Now on JetBlue, save 20%." Like they always use that stupid audio for something that went
Oh
bad.
no. Oh no, no. Yeah, I'm not a real big TikTok head, honestly, besides,
Right. And that's your mistake because unfortunately, pop culture is now stupid
TikTok.
memes and audio files and things like that.
I know it's
Pop culture's
ridiculous.
changed so much, literally since we started this podcast till now. Pop culture used to be more of certain movies and certain shows and things like that. Now it's become, oh, have you seen this meme, this thing that will be
Yeah.
gone in 3 weeks?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And it's like it's crazy because people are getting famous and getting deals off of memes. Like
Yeah.
the one guy, I don't even know his name, but the one guy that all he shows is somebody doing something ridiculous, and then after they do it, he puts his hand up and like, "What are you doing?" Like, you know what I mean?
Oh
He doesn't
yeah.
even say anything. That
He's
guy,
Italian, right?
he's Italian.
He's Italian, and he got deported.
Oh wow,
ICE
really?
was trying to deport him, so he voluntarily left the country. And what about the other guy who's like, "Oh, Delulu, you Delulu"?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's funny though. Both of those guys are
Yeah,
funny. It's kind
it-
of like, and now being famous isn't dependent on the Hollywood system or the TV system. You can become famous on your own, even when it comes to music.
yeah,
SoundCloud has become, you know, a musical force in itself.
yeah. It has. It
Pop culture is
has.
very, very strange now.
Yeah, it's definitely in
It's
a
good
weird
in
place,
certain
man.
ways because it's equalized, but it's bad in others because you know you very rarely have you meet someone new who's younger and they don't even know about some of the things that you talk about.
Yeah,
Like look at these rappers now, they're like, yeah, they old, they don't want nothing, they're worthless. But no, I'm serious. But if you go to someone who listens to a kid who listens to rock, they're like, yeah, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Exactly,
which is I
exactly.
find bizarre that in hip hop the young want to eat the old, but they don't understand you wouldn't have gotten where you've been if it wasn't for the old, you know.
Preach, preach, Los.
And the thing is too, hip hop is starting to lose um its positions in the Billboard charts. They're not charting as high as they used to.
That's because
So,
hip hop sucks now. It sucks.
well, it's more than that. It's the fact of like, and this goes for a ton of musical genres. Like disco, synth pop, new wave, grunge. You know, EDM in the early 2000s. It's like music goes through waves of popularity and non-popular and things like that. And hip hop is starting its decline. It'd probably take about 15, 20 years for it to be, you know, not extinct, but not as popular before it has a chance to go back.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And a lot of it has to do with the economy, believe it or not.
Mm,
When the economy's bad, dance music and faster BPM music is more popular. When the economy's good, slower BPM music is more popular.
yeah, everybody needs to slow down after a while. That's why.
It's not that. It's because you have so many things are on a high that when you listen to music, you just kind of want to mellow.
Yeah,
When it comes to when everything's bad, you want to just get some excitement in your life. So you do the higher BPMs and things like that.
yeah, that's true. Go with the times, as they would say. Go with the times.
Yeah. But things just move so fast now.
Yeah, like even the days. I feel like the days in the week just go by so fast at this point. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's almost like I start my day and like I wake up in the morning to go to work, and by the time I get out of work, it's already time to go to work again. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like. So,
It really does.
but all right, guys. Once again, like Lo said, welcome to the podcast. We're definitely going to be talking about a few topics today. We have a lot of things to jump into, a lot of Marvel news, a lot of pop culture news, and but first thing I definitely want to jump into is, let me see what where are my notes? Where are my notes? Oh, let me see. Actually, my notes just disappeared, so now I have to go off my iPad. Let me see.
Telling you, your iPad's becoming more and more of your
Yeah,
go-to tool.
seriously. I I
I
I
told you
had
it would.
I had my notes in Restream, and then I guess because I had to restart everything, now my notes are gone. So now I got to go back to my iPad. So, all right. So, first thing we want to jump into is a topic that you actually brought up, Los, is Sundance. Apparently, Sundance is merging with Paramount.
Okay, let's start with the whole Paramount Sundance merger. Um, and it's it's an $8 billion deal where Sundance
Jeez.
wants to buy Paramount and CBS because CBS is part of Paramount. In there is a lot of um, into IP, and one of it is Star Trek. Sundance were the people who did the reboot of the 2009 Star Trek and the other three horrible movies, the other two horrible movies.
Yeah.
Um, but Sundance is has always said they're committed to doing more and more Star Trek. And when if you look at Paramount Plus, Paramount is starting to do less and less Star Trek. And the
Yeah.
speculation was they're trying to kill their old Star Trek so Sundance can do a new Star Trek. And what they're also trying to do is get rid of the oh god, what's his name? Alex Kurtzman, who's currently the Star Trek overlord. They're trying to get rid of him and bring someone else in. And a couple names have been thrown around for who's going to take over Star Trek, from Jonathan Frakes to Terry Matalas. So people who don't
Interesting.
know who
Interesting.
Jonathan Frakes is, that's Commander Riker or Captain Riker, depending on what series you watch.
Mhm.
Um, he might come over, or Terry Matalas, who was in was one of the production people in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and then became the showrunner for Picard season 3. So there's a lot going on, and one of the things that people are talking. Oh, by the way, one of the things that people are talking about is how Paramount had to pay a bribe to Trump for $65 million for him to say, "Yeah, okay, now you can have your deal." Trump had
Really?
sued. Yes, Trump had sued CBS, saying that, "Oh, you edited an interview with Kamala Harris that made her look better than she
Oh
actually was."
yeah, I've been hearing about that.
And there was this whole big thing, and CBS says we edit everything. That's why it's television. That's why it ends at 45 minutes. That's why the answers seem quick. Because he's upset
Exactly.
because his interview with them didn't go so well, and a statement was made. I don't remember by who. I'm assuming one of the editors. I don't know. Uh,
Okay.
that he was saying how Trump's interview was so incoherent that they had a hard time putting it together. And so they said that CBS on purpose made him look bad and made Kamala look good, so we sued them. A lot of people said it was a very frivolous case. Paramount caved in. They paid him the 65 million. All of a sudden, um, the deal went through, but Trump had a caveat. You have to fire Stephen Colbert because he's a big critic of Trump.
Mhm.
And then he also hinted that Paramount and CBS should fire Howard Stern because he's too woke and he's criticized him. So now the deal is going through and Sundance will be taking over Paramount.
Wow.
And yes, so that's either good news or bad news for Star Trek. This is kind of on the same level as when Disney bought Lucasfilms and people were like, oh my God, what's going to happen to Star Wars, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Uh, the Kathleen Kennedy disaster of Star Wars happened to us with Alex Kurtzman in a lot of ways. But
Wow.
that's neither here nor there. You have to like it, you know how Star Wars had a lot of good looking shows, like the quality of it was good, the actors did a good job, but the stories weren't great. A
Yeah.
lot of that happened to Star Trek under Alex Kurtzman. A lot of people hate him, certain people love him, more people hate him than love him, and he might be on his way out with the merger because Skydance wants someone else. Again, all rumor. I don't know. I hope they
Okay.
get rid of him.
Well, I mean, I guess at this point we have to look at it like this. Sometimes, new beginnings can be a good thing. I mean, maybe this could be a good way to mix it up. You never know, possibly.
I doubt it. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. The good show that is Strange New Worlds is now following what is considered um, the new Star Trek series rule. You have 5 series and you're done. The old rule was 7 years, 7 seasons. Now it's 5 seasons and you're done. And your fifth season isn't a full season
Mm.
for the most part. So Strange New Worlds is ending season 5 with only 6 episodes. Once Strange New Worlds ends, the only thing we have on TV or streaming, I'll say TV because I'm old school, is going to be Starfleet Academy. And we've already talked about Starfleet Academy.
Yeah. How much we love it. We love it, by the
So,
way.
um, so I am very worried for Star Trek. I'm not very worried for Paramount as a company. I'm not very worried about Skydance as a company. They've put out some good stuff, but I think that Star Trek is in trouble. We might be looking at another dormant era of Star Trek.
Jeez. Wow. I definitely feel for you Star Trek fans. Some of us Star Wars fans kind of been feeling the same way, besides Mandalorian, and maybe some other little Star Wars series here and there. But as far as Star Wars in a movie regards, yes, it's been extremely dormant. So I definitely feel for you guys. I feel for you guys. Obviously, I don't know much about the Star Trek community besides from what we talk about. I'm definitely hoping that this can possibly lead to something decent for you guys, even if it starts off kind of rough, which I know it probably will. Um, Hopefully, it can at least lead to better things in the future. Hopefully.
Well, the thing is, I know Skydance has shown interest and commitment to do more Star Trek.
Hmm.
My fear is it's not going to be good Star Trek. It's going to be on the level of the Book of Boba Fett. That's my fear.
Oh,
Where it looks good, there's great points in the story, but they couldn't pull it together in the end.
yeah.
Boba Fett was so bad that the actor who plays Boba Fett, you haven't seen him in any other Star Wars.
No, definitely not. I don't think anybody wants to see him in any other Star Wars.
I want to
That's
see
how
him in
bad.
Ahsoka season 2. Let him show up as Rex.
Mm,
He is a clone.
that is true. That is true. I guess we'll see, man. But yeah, that was hot garbage. Hot garbage. Some of the worst content they put out, hands down. So, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
Did you did you look at the Patterson cut of Boba Fett?
No, I didn't look at it yet.
You should. It took the two completely different storylines that they were in season 1 of Boba Fett, and
Hmm.
it turned it into 2 separate shows. Where the first half is with the Sand People, and the second half is where he takes over Jabba's empire. And
Mm,
very different. It feels a lot better. It looks a lot smoother. Um, Still not great, but it's better.
yeah.
Um, the Patterson cut did justice to Obi-Wan, made Obi-Wan watchable. Still
Hmm.
boring, but watchable. Um, it made Ahsoka run so much faster. And I think what really killed Ahsoka was the ending, because nothing can save that. It just kind of ended where you felt like there was
Yeah.
no episode coming.
It just
I
stopped.
Yeah, I would love to see what he would do with the Acolyte, because I think a Patterson cut of the Acolyte would make it better.
The Acolyte had promised for me. Yeah, I would like to see a cut of that because it started off strong. There was promise there. Um, After I got to a certain point, it lost me. It
It
just
did.
completely lost me. You know, I had no interest. The villain, he was decent. He was okay. But then once again, it got to a certain point where I didn't even care about. It got to a certain point where I didn't even care about the show at all, to be honest, which is bad.
Yeah, and
Um,
not even these super well choreographed lightsaber battles could save it.
oh, lightsaber battles were amazing, amazing.
Except the last one was a little, you know.
Lackluster.
No, it
I
wasn't
forgot.
lackluster. It went with all these great actions, and all of a sudden it's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it just took away from the. It was such a weird pause in the choreography that I
Mhm.
was like, I was like, eh.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it was a little weird. I don't know. Just a lot of studios going the streaming route, the TV route, hasn't been great. We're going through a lot of bumpy roads. Maybe we'll get to a time where we're getting amazing Star Wars shows, amazing Star Trek shows, amazing Marvel shows, amazing DC shows, which we still are getting some good ones out of all of those. We're getting some
Yeah.
decent ones,
So
but
like for every accolade accolade that you have you have the Mandalorian, and on the Star Trek side, for for every discovery you have Strange New Worlds. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a bad one, there's a good one, there's a bad one, there's a good one. You kind of have to pick and choose. But
yeah,
unfortunately, if you want to follow canon and follow the storyline, because everything's linked, you have to
yeah,
watch the bad shows
you
too.
gotta you gotta stick with the bad ones, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, but hey, I guess we'll see how it goes, man. We just gotta ride this bumpy road.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I think the next 2 years will really define what 3 years, excuse me, uh, what will be Star Trek. And I think there will be a small period of time where there will not be a Star Trek show on air, and then they're going to continue on to something better. You
I
know,
can see that. I can see
because
that.
there's already talks about when Strange New Worlds ends, they're going to pick up the show again and continue it under from Captain Pike to Captain Kirk.
Okay, I wouldn't mind seeing that actually. I think that'll be interesting.
I'm like this with it. And the reason why is the actor who's now playing Captain Kirk.
Mhm.
There's just something about him that isn't quite there yet.
I I'll I agree. I think maybe he's trying to find his place in that character. Give him some time. Give him some time.
Honestly, I think it's age. I think he just might be
Too
too
young.
young to
Yeah,
kind of
maybe.
pull off um that magic that William Shatner had as Captain Kirk.
Could be because we're used to that character from a certain age perspective. So seeing him younger, which is not still not a problem because even if he was younger, if you pick the right person, he could still pull it off. Maybe it's just this actor who's just not really pulling it off yet. He's just not there yet. You know what I mean? Or
Or
maybe
maybe
it's
it was
just
the
taking
simple
us.
fact that he comes from the Vampire Diaries.
Oh well, yeah, I forgot about that.
And maybe
Could be that too.
he has to lose some of the habits he picked up in the Vampire Diaries. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's a good actor. It's just there's just a drop of magic missing in that Captain Kirk portrayal.
Yeah, it needs a little sprinkle of something,
Yeah.
just a little bit. Since we're on the topic of talking about Paramount and such, Hulu apparently is going to be going away? Question mark.
Yes. Hulu as a solo app will go away in 2026. It will now be merged and folded into Disney Plus. My
Mm,
worry is Hulu has a lot more mature content, and how that's going to be integrated into Disney Plus, because Disney Plus in Europe is a lot more mature than Disney Plus in America.
Really?
Yes, Disney Plus in America focuses more on um, cleaner material, while Disney Plus in Europe will show like the Benavista movies, and will show the Dark Castle movies. That are all that were are Disney. They're just under a slight, a sub studio.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just curious how that's going to be incorporated into Disney Plus. You know, is Hulu going to be an add-on? What do shows like the Orville? What does it mean for shows like the Orville? Is Disney going to pay for another season of the Orville? Because there's still talks that um, the Orville will have a season 4.
Mm.
Does Disney really want to have two science fiction franchises?
I mean, that's a really good question because I believe it will. I forgot when they started doing it, but not too long ago they started allowing you to access certain Hulu movies and shows and things from the Disney app. And at first I was like, why are they allowing this? Because like you said, Hulu is essentially Disney's version at, the mature content, essentially,
Yeah.
like the more mature content. But then again, I guess that's also why I think it was a few months ago, maybe a year ago, when I randomly logged into Disney, it asked me, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Why? I'm only watching Moana. What does it matter?" You know what I mean?
Oh,
So then I
I
was
got
just
something after you finish your point.
okay. So now that we're kind of looking back now, it makes sense because it goes back to when they started doing the age verification, which I didn't at that time. I didn't understand why I needed to verify my age. This was something planned for a while now. It's obvious it was something planned for a while, and so now they're slowly trying to get us used to this new integration. So that way, even if you are going to watch something Hulu related on Disney Plus, it's okay for you because you already verified your age. You can watch Prey, you can watch whatever you want to watch and not have to worry about it because you already verified your age. The thing I'm worried about, not really worried about because I don't really know if it's really going to affect the content. We're still going to be able to watch it. Is they're probably just going to just say this is Disney Plus now. I don't think it's going to be you have Hulu in Disney Plus. At that point, just merge it. Don't even call it Hulu anymore. Just say this is the new Disney Plus.
I kind of like the Hulu branding because when you log on to Disney Plus, it tells you Marvel, it tells you National Geographic, ESPN Plus, Disney, Star Wars. So it being a brand and it being one of the subcategories in Disney Plus, I kind of like that. And maybe they're just going to shove all their mature stuff in Hulu. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, I think I did see also on the new Amazon Fire Remote for their Fire Stick. I believe they took the Hulu branding off
Yes.
now. So they're already spreading the word to everybody. Hey, this is happening. It's a real thing. So um, it's interesting. I mean, I'm curious to see how things go forward with that. What changes in regards to Disney's content, Hulu's content, how they give it to us, how they present it, so on and so forth. I feel like a lot of streaming services now are going through growing pains. They're evolving. Netflix changes their layout, which I think looks ridiculous. Don't like it at all. HBO Max went from HBO Max to Max. Now they're going back to HBO Max again,
Yeah.
uh, which they had an identity crisis worse than anybody. Now we got Hulu merging into Disney Plus, and I just think a lot of the streaming services are going through an identity. Well, I don't want to say identity crisis, but they're going through growing pains. They're trying to evolve. Things are changing. So yeah, I guess we'll see how it happens.
Yeah. Well, what did you hear about the new age verification thing for YouTube, where YouTube might ask you to upload your driver's license so you're allowed to look at any content you want on YouTube? So if you're under a certain age, you get restricted. If you're above a certain age, you don't get restricted.
No, I didn't hear about that actually.
Yes.
I've not heard about that.
This all comes on the heels of um, in the EU, the European
Okay.
Union.
Mm.
Um, they pass laws to protect children and with the internet, and so now they're kind of rolling those features from the EU worldwide. Um, there are certain people who may be exempt, like if you've been on YouTube for however long, 10 years, 12 years, whatever it is, and they figure out you're an adult because you're looking at woodworking videos or, wall stitching videos or, tutorials on Photoshop or, what have you.
Hey,
Um,
what if I'm an adult who just likes to watch Bluey?
well, here's the thing, okay? Because of that, let's say parents who have kids who watch Bluey or SpongeBob or whatever it may be. If your kid's always on your account, and they see there's more Bluey videos than gossip news or Marvel news or what have you, they may say, "Oh, we need to flag this because
Yeah,
it could be a kid's account that an adult occasionally uses, as opposed to
true,
the other way around." So
true.
you may be forced to upload your license. Now the question is, if you're forced to do that, are you going to not use YouTube and find another streaming service? Is another streaming service going to, just say, "Oh, all you got to do is put in your age in the beginning and you're good"? Could
I don't
this
think
be
I'll
the
stop
downfall of
using.
YouTube?
I don't
You
think
never
I'll
know.
stop. I don't know. I don't know if I'll stop using YouTube. I think we talked about it last podcast. I use YouTube. I watch YouTube probably more than I watch TV. Like just like actually going on my TV and like putting on a streaming service. I feel like I watch more YouTube. I mean, obviously I'll go on a streaming service to watch a movie, for us to talk about. But if I'm not doing that, 9 times out of 10, I'm watching YouTube because for so many reasons, doing stuff around the house, learning about some new tech, learning about podcasting equipment. Like it's YouTube has become information central for me and probably for a lot of people. So
Yes, for me too. But let me ask you a question: do we have an alternative?
no, we don't. And,
What if?
even if we do, is probably some little website created by John down the street, who's trying to start a business. I mean, I, I don't know any YouTube contender. I don't think we have a YouTube contender.
So that's my point. That maybe this age verification will make a company become a YouTube contender.
I think so. Um, Whoever tries it, man, you got your work cut out for you. Because Google
Dude,
is a
think about this.
monster.
I want you to think about this. Hey, let's say the YouTube contender comes out of China, all right, and they're
Mhm.
like, you don't got to worry about copyright. You could use whatever song you want, whatever movie clip you want.
Oh man,
How quickly are people going to run over? How
that's true.
quickly are DJs going to run over? Bands are going to run over. Certain types of content creators going to run over.
That's true.
Because
That's true.
remember, MySpace was the shit. Everyone was on MySpace. Everyone had a joke. Oh, your mom's in my top five, and this, that, and the other thing. And then comes Facebook and says, "Hey, we'll let you do whatever you want for a while." Then everybody moved over to Facebook.
Yeah. Man, it's granted, nothing lasts forever.
No,
There was
nothing
a
does.
there was a day where YouTube wasn't here. Um, I do believe that this could be, if there is any time to bring up competition for YouTube, this is the perfect time. Um, I guess we'll see. A lot of people is going to be hesitant about giving up their license. I think there will actually be a lot of people who will probably turn away from it and then eventually might just come back around to it. But a lot of people are going to be hesitant. I mean, because it's like, you want me to put my license online? I mean, I mean, it's different if you're showing someone your license in person, but you're putting it online.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
I
then
mean, it's a little weird.
and then the question asks: is Google going to keep a database of this? Are they going to share it with the government?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it's as much as I love YouTube, that's making me really a little uncomfortable with them deciding to do that. And they've been having problems with this like age verification and making sure you're not a child, or make sure you're not an adult trying to put out adult content to children. Like this has been a problem for YouTube for a long time now. It's because they're literally one of the biggest video platform on the planet. So of course they're going to run into issues like that. So I guess this is just their way of trying to find a way to work out the kinks. I'm hoping they figure out a different way. I don't know what other way there could be. I don't want to have that job. So I guess we'll see, man. That's definitely interesting. That's
Yeah.
definitely interesting.
We're reaching a point in history where they're trying to curtail the freedom of information. Because think about it, the internet was liberation from the freedom of, it's liberation. Just to get all the information you want at your fingertips, no roadblocks. You know,
Yeah.
so we might be starting that hit that part of history where, well, maybe there might be a couple. You know, like
Yeah, there might
like they're
be.
trying to ban porn in Europe and a couple places like that.
Yeah.
Well, in Europe, they said, okay, we'll just use a VPN, and people got around that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, you can't ban porn. If you ban all porn on the internet, half the pages on the internet after that will be unbanned porn. Porn is 70% of all the bandwidth used on the internet.
Hmm. I mean, what did I forgot the character's name, but what did the guy from Jurassic Park say? Life will find a way. You
Yes.
know, and people will find a way. And like I said, even with this YouTube thing, people will find a way. If people want to leave YouTube, they'll find another way to get what they need. They'll
Yeah.
find a way because this may birth new competition. 100%. What's the other video platform? What is it? Vimeo or something? I think
Vimeo,
Vimeo.
but Vimeo turned more into a filmmaker's um,
Okay.
video streaming service where you can even charge for your movies. There's also Daily Motion. you know um, for all we know, this could be the thing that turns Yahoo around. Maybe Microsoft wants to do it. Maybe Apple wants to do it. Maybe just some random company from China. Maybe the people who own TikTok says, oh, we're now going to do TV. We're going to do a YouTube like thing. you know
Maybe.
Maybe they'll call
Maybe.
it Show Me or something weird like that.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll see. But like I said, yeah, this is definitely going to burst some serious
Yeah.
competition. I see it happening.
Yeah.
Um. All right. So the next thing I want to jump into some MCU news. There has been rumblings, there's been words. Obviously, it feels like every day there's rumblings and there's speculation going on with Marvel. Thanos might be coming back to the MCU. More so, Secret Wars, possibly. There's been rumblings going around that the actor that plays Thanos has been talking to the Russo brothers, which apparently they're close friends, so they've been talking even after Endgame. They've done a bunch of little projects here and there together. Um, and there's just a lot of rumblings that Thanos might be coming back. What's your thoughts on that, Los?
If he comes back in Secret Wars, it's a callback to the other phase, and it would be a nice thing to see.
Yeah.
But to not make the whole thing Thanos centric, you're gonna have to kill him quick.
Yeah, I forget which comic there is that talks about this. But I think there is a comic where Thanos comes back to try to fight Doom, and then he just gets demolished. I forgot which comic it was.
Probably
So
Secret Wars
maybe
too.
yeah, so maybe they go that route where it's like Thanos comes back and he gets treated just like he treated Hulk in Endgame. You know what I mean? Um, so maybe that happens.
Or maybe he appears and Thor just aims for the head and he's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, honestly, if it does happen, I think it's just going to be like just like a cameo. Maybe he'll show up for a scene, but he's like Thanos from like a different world. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, we can also possibly get King Thanos. if they do bring back Thanos, I think it's just there's a chance that it might just be a cameo. I can't see them bringing him back as like a full fledged presence in the MCU, especially in Secret Wars. There's going to be so many characters on that planet. I forgot what planet it is. It's going to be so many characters on that planet. Maybe Thanos is just going to be in the background and he'll say like two lines and then he'll go fight somebody. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I don't see it being anything big
yeah,
in my opinion. So
I agree. I agree.
I don't
So, what's next in Marvel news?
know. A lot of Spider-Man news is going on right now. First off, before we even jump into that, what's your thoughts on this suit? On the new Tom Holland Spider-Man suit?
I'm not very fond of it. I feel
Really?
like it combines too much of the other two versions of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and the other guy, Andrew Garfield.
Okay. I
And I kind of
mean,
feel like he should have had his own version of the spider suit.
I get it. I get it. I
Because I
mean,
feel the character's earned it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he is a very distinct Spider-Man and the most successful Spider-Man.
oh, 100%. 100%. I think he's probably I mean, I think he's my favorite Spider-Man,
He is
honestly.
mine, yeah.
I think he's and it's close because they're all good. They're all good in their own way,
Yeah.
but he's good, man. Like he's physically talented. He does a lot of his own stunts. Um,
He's an
and
acrobat, a dancer, he's funny.
yeah, yeah. I honestly I think the reason probably why I like him even more than the others is because of the way he plays Peter Parker. Honestly, it's not even about him as Spider-Man. I think it's because of his presence as Peter Parker is what makes me love him more. Because like the other guys as Spider-Man, like Spider-Man the Man, that's what I like them for. But I love him because Tom Holland is great at Spider-Man, especially physically, and him just as Peter Parker. Just I feel like I can connect with him even more than the other guys.
Well, see, the thing is with Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, not so great as a Spider-Man. Andrew
Yeah,
Garfield was great as a Spider-Man, not so great as a Peter Parker.
yeah,
But Andrew Garfield, he's perfect. Like, he is a good blend of both. Like,
he
and the
is.
thing
He
is, he
is.
loves Spider-Man, so he loves being Spider-Man. Like, there's his mother literally published a picture of him in Spider-Man pajamas when he was like 2 or 3
Oh man, it's
that he
gotta be
picked out
nice.
himself. So he's loved Spider-Man his whole entire life.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, I mean, and like, there's also a lot of news coming out about the villain that we might actually get in this film, which I've been trying to avoid, but obviously because for podcast purposes, just want to talk about it. Some people are thinking that it could be Mr. Negative
yes.
because they've been seeing, I guess, obviously everybody online and on social media is posting all these videos of Tom Holland flipping around and so on and so forth. And I guess because they've seen henchmen that would kind of resemble Mr. Negative henchmen, some people are
And the
saying that.
logo on the tank.
And then and in the logo on the tank, yes. So a lot of people are assuming that Mr. Negative is going to be the villain in this one, which would be great. I wouldn't mind seeing that in live action. Some people are thinking, what's the other guy? Jeez Louise. The lizard, I think his name is.
Oh, we've seen the lizard in every iteration. Like, just fucking give him a rest.
Some people think that he might be coming back,
Why?
supposedly. I don't know,
Why?
but that's like
There's
another speculation.
listen. The thing about the lizard was he was Dr. Connors and he was connected to Peter Parker, and that's why he was such a good villain. He's not
Yeah,
connected. He's
yeah.
not connected. Peter Parker
I
isn't
don't think.
going to is it ECU, Empire State University? He's not going
I
there.
think so. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't see any connection. I mean, if he comes back, we'll probably just show up. But I don't see anything big. I don't think he'll be a villain, like an actual villain. I think it's gonna be Mr. Negative. people are also saying that, and I don't even know why they're assuming, but they're saying that we might get our raging Hulk coming back in this film. I don't know what Hulk has to do with this film, but apparently there's a chance that Hulk might be in this film, and something happens that turns him back into raging Hulk, which is also why people are assuming Mr. Negative.
Well, they're calling
Um,
it Savage Hulk.
Savage Hulk, yes, that's what it is. Some people assume that because of that, it's got to be Mr. Negative. Apparently,
And the
um,
Punisher's in this too.
yes, Punisher's gonna be in this. I forgot who else they said was going. Somebody else is gonna be in this too. But I know, yes, it's speculation of obviously Spider-Man, obviously speculation of Hulk, Punisher. Um, People are already going out on a limb and saying that what's his name from Daredevil, the villain from Daredevil. Can't even think of his name right
Kingpin.
now. Kingpin. We're already saying that Kingpin's not going to be in this one, which I'm a little surprised at. Like, why is Kingpin still have not encountered Spider-Man yet at this point? I think that's a big miss, especially if you're putting Punisher in this film. Punisher was just recently captured by Kingpin. Or you're not going to have Kingpin in this show. I mean, in this film at all. I think that's a
Well,
miss.
think about this. They've set up Kingpin to be a Daredevil enemy. They haven't set him up to be a Spider-Man enemy.
Yeah, but I think this would be the perfect time to at least just like have them start their interaction. Even if it's not like, I don't think he's gonna be a big villain. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Kingpin's getting way too old, the actor. I don't think he'll be like a full on villain that he's gonna fight. I would just like to at least, at the very least, see some kind of interaction with Kingpin between Peter Parker and him.
I would like to see him on a television set and not part of the story.
Probably. That'll probably happen. More than likely. I think it has to. If you're putting Punisher in this, there's no way Punisher shows up in this movie and doesn't say something about Kingpin, or Kingpin doesn't just pop up on like it's like I said, a television set somewhere.
Yeah.
I just can't see that happening. But either way, I mean, it's a lot of footage coming out from the film right now. Is the hype for this film is just really building up right now, so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, whoever the villain is, I mean, I'm in no rush to figure out who the villain is. I want us to be surprised. I would rather wait until the film drops, but I know it's gonna get spoiled before it happens. It's gonna happen. So
It'll come out in the first trailer.
more
It
than
will.
likely,
It will.
more than likely, yeah. Because
So
I
so what do you think of the new suit?
um honestly, I don't mind it. I a lot of people don't like the logo. I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with the logo. I think the main thing with me is I like the fact that they went back to practical with the suit. I like the fact that we're not dealing with a nanotech spider suit, which at first was cool. I liked it. We went through the nanotech phase, just like in hip hop. We went through the what do you call it? The chipmunk phase, whatever you want to call it in hip hop. That's kind of what we went through with the MCU. Everybody had a nano suit. You know, Black Panther, Iron Man, Spider Man. Everybody had a nano suit.
Because of
Um,
Tony Stark.
because of Tony Stark, which is cool. It's fine. But after a while, I just got kind of like, all right, it just didn't really. It took me out of the realism, But I like the fact that we're going back to practical. He's going back to a cloth suit. They're even trying to have him, like they showed online, actually swinging in the air from like this big old machine that's riding through the city.
The crane.
Um, the crane to like actually get some practical swinging movements. I like it. It's this is going to be a grounded, boots on the ground Spider-Man movie. And this is something that we've been needing for a very long time. Not saying that Spider-Man has been in a bad place. I think the past few Spider-Man movies were actually pretty good. But I think because of the state of Marvel in general, especially since Feige has been talking about getting back to the drawing board, getting back to what they do best.
Well,
Let's get boost.
he's gonna recast Iron Man. He's gonna recast Captain America, which pisses me off because of Sam Wilson. I think he needed another Captain America movie or two.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that they're just. I mean, Iron Man, I get it. I mean, Tony Stark's dead. Well, not really dead, but Robert Downey Jr. is not coming back for Iron Man. So casting that, I understand. Captain America, though, you should have gave that man a little bit more. Like, especially the way the last Captain America movie was, and it wasn't even bad because of Sam Wilson. It was just bad because the writing was just horrible.
Yeah.
It was essentially a Hulk sequel, and the Hulk came out like what 20? I don't even know,
No, it
2013,
was
twenty
setting
fourteen.
up the Red Hulk to be in other movies. That's how I feel. It
Yeah,
wasn't even a Captain America focus centric movie. It was let's let's introduce people to the Red Hulk and let's make him the new bad guy for somebody else.
yeah. Essentially, that's kind of what it felt like. It's Captain America was literally in the background for his own movie, and that was very upsetting. Very upsetting.
Yeah,
Um, but
and
yeah,
that
I mean,
also
like I
means
said,
we're going to lose our first Latino superhero in the MCU, which is Falcon.
yeah, they didn't do him justice in this movie at all. It was just like, let's just put him in there just to make sure we put him in there. That's it. And I get it. Everybody can't get in, the full shine. Everybody can't get, you know, the spotlight. I understand that, but this movie was just so disrespectful to both of those characters. It really was. It's very disrespectful.
I wouldn't go so far as say disrespectful, but I feel like it they didn't give them their proper shine.
I agree. I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, Spidey news. We're getting a lot of footage, a lot of videos. Tom Holland is just out there doing his thing, swinging around, saying hi to the cameras. So, I mean, that's going to keep dropping. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I have a
Looking forward
theory as why Marvel is allowing this to get leaked
to build the hype because
because of they said Thunderbolts was a flop, which I don't see how. It was a great movie, people loved it, and they say Fantastic Four is a flop, and I don't know how because it has really strong box office numbers.
yeah, that's what I don't get. And I've been hearing a lot of people say that too. I don't think, granted, was Thunderbolts the best thing since sliced bread? Was it the best thing since Endgame? No, it wasn't.
No,
Um,
but it was the first good Marvel movie we had in a while.
it was. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually. I went into Thunderbolts not really expecting much. I didn't really have any expectation. I was like, let me just check this out, see what it's gonna be like. I went in with zero expectations, and it wasn't bad. Sure, there were
It was
things I didn't like about it. I didn't like the last scene, how they like fought off. What was his name? The main baddie. I forgot his name.
the Void or something like that.
Void. Yeah, I didn't like how they ended that fight with Void. It was just a little cheesy for me. I wish that was a little different. But outside of that, I mean,
Well,
it
I
was a good
think
movie.
I think the ending will be better received as time goes on
Maybe.
because Gen Z's all touchy feely, do you have a quiet space for me at the job? You know, these kids, the Gen Z stare when you tell them something they don't like and they just sit there frozen because in their mind they're going swipe, 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 swipe. I don't want like this. You know, um, I think as time goes on, people will appreciate it more because the story of the Thunderbolts is these broken people. Um, they're all broken separate, but together they make a whole. And
Mhm.
I did enjoy that. They understood his pain. They're able to help him, go through it. And it's a nice sentiment, but I kind of feel that skews more for a younger audience as opposed to an older audience.
Yeah.
Where an older audience is more like throw the shield, kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I 100% agree. I think that's also part of the reason why Superman turned out the way it was, honestly, because I feel like that was appealing to a certain type of crowd,
A
that
certain demographic.
a certain demographic, yeah, a more sensitive demographic. So
I
yeah.
wouldn't say sensitive. I would say, yeah, actually, yeah, sensitive is the right word.
Yeah.
I was going to say kinder, but it isn't really kinder. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's more of it's aimed more at the younger generation where jealousy pops up its head more, as opposed to, where older generations, millennials on up or down, depending on your point of view, where they're a little more like they hide it. Whereas the younger kids are
Yeah.
like, oh, I hate so and so because of blah blah blah. It's like, who cares, bro? Grow up.
Oh man.
You
Yeah,
know.
I agree. I agree. I think that would be a funny episode to see you do 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 an episode of JHouze Radio from the perspective of a Gen Zer.
I can get my nephew.
Yeah, dude, that would be interesting.
I'm serious. I could get my nephew, and he's dying to go on the show.
Oh, really?
He's dying
Oh,
to go on
man.
the show, and I could ask him, you know, do you want to do it from your perspective and everything else?
Yeah.
Because he gets the Gen Z stare, like, you know,
Jeez
and
Louise.
it makes me cry for our military. No, it really does, man. Like the military now isn't what it was even 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, it is, like drill, kill hats, drill instructors aren't allowed to curse at the cadets. It's just like at the
Really?
privates, like you're not allowed to curse at the privates. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just,
that's wow, that's different.
and we're
That's
talking
different.
in the Marine Corps. We're not even talking like the thing about the Army boot camp. The Army boot camp is a lot more patient with people and will try to talk you through it. Well, as far as the Marines, they're just like they'll just when you repel against the wall, like an Army drill sergeant will talk you through it and help you and this that and the other thing. While in the Marine Corps, they'll just kick you and go
Mhm.
figure it out. Um, and now it's even in the Marines, they don't do that as much. Things that they're more kinder and gentler, for the lack of a better term. And I just think when it comes to the military, you're doing the soldiers a disservice. They need to understand that the world isn't nice, and here's your first taste of the world not being nice.
My have things have changed.
Yeah.
Jeez. Um, but yeah, I mean, getting back to Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, I don't think either one was a flop. I think they were. I think they were the next good step of Marvel trying to win the graces of fans of the MCU. Um, I thought they were just
Younger fans
okay.
of the MCU.
Hmm?
Younger fans of the MCU.
Younger fans of the MCU, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just I thought it was good, honestly. They weren't amazing. They weren't like the first 10 years of Marvel, which a lot of us are waiting, to come back. But I still think it was I still think it was decent. I don't think it was bad. I think they were
Listen,
good
I
good
think
popcorn.
Thunderbolts is better than Fantastic Four. Absolutely. Um, was Fantastic Four a bad film? No, it wasn't. It just I thought it would be better.
Do you think Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four is better than Superman?
Thunderbolts is better than Superman, in my opinion. Absolutely, Thunderbolts is better than Superman. Now,
Do
mind
do
you,
you do
I'm
you
not saying.
realize do you realize the comments we're gonna get in this video for you saying that?
Listen, but listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Is it leaps and bounds better than Superman? No, but it is better. Yeah. If someone said, "Hey, you want to watch Thunderbolts or Superman?" I'm gonna be like Thunderbolts. The chemistry was better. The jokes landed better. You know, you all know somebody who's kind of that person in your group. Where I
Yeah.
think Superman was just, it was good. It's rewatchable. It is enjoyable. But given a choice, I'd rather watch Thunderbolts than Superman. If you ask me, would you rather watch Fantastic Four or Superman? I'd rather watch Superman. Um, and again, not that fantastic. I rated Fantastic Four and Superman the same exact number, but I
Yeah.
feel like Superman is better than Fantastic Four. It's just a matter of what clicked with you and what didn't. And for me, Thunderbolts is better than Superman, but Superman is better than Fantastic Four.
Okay. Um, I think I'm similar to that. In a sense that I think I think Fantastic Four is better than Superman, which I've talked to a lot of people about this, and they think I am the craziest man on the face of this earth to even say that. Because a lot of people did not like Fantastic Four, but they loved Superman.
You
Um,
also have to look at it from this point of view too. Okay. Um, where in life are you? You know, are you a family man? Are you not a family man? Are you someone who comes from a big family? Are you an only child? Like, there's just certain, do you come from an an extended family in the sense of you call your parents friends, uncles, or aunts, or do you come from a very large family where you actually have a bunch of uncles and aunts and cousins? I kind of feel with Fantastic Four, because family is such a big theme in the movie. I think where you stand in your point of life also makes you like one more than the other.
I agree. I agree. Coming from someone that has that has a kid, has two kids, and then watching a movie about um, this family welcoming a kid who's going to be like one of the strongest beings in the universe, it was something that I could relate to. So it definitely hit me in my feels a little bit. So I guess that's why for me I had a bigger connection with this film and compared it to Superman. And then like I said, yeah, for Thunderbolts, I mean, in compared to Superman, I think I would watch. I think I'd like Thunderbolts just a little bit more than Superman. Not much, just a little bit more. Because, like I said, I do love the fact that Superman does have a lot of comic book accurate moments in this film.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that really connected me to that film was that. So, but yeah, like you said, depending on where you are in your life, you're gonna have your own reasons for why you like that movie.
Yeah,
So,
you like Fantastic Four more than Superman. Like, I don't have any kids. I got three dogs and a cat. So for me, Superman was a little better because of his relationship with his parents.
yeah,
How close he was with them. Because I'm super close with my father when he was alive and my mother now. You know,
yeah,
so
true, true. So yeah, I mean, nobody's wrong in this, debate. So anybody who's listening or watching to the podcast, don't roast us. It's just our
right,
opinion. Just our
yeah.
opinion.
The only thing you could possibly be wrong at is if you think Eternals and
Uh,
Ironheart were good movies and TV shows. Then you're completely wrong.
Jeez,
That's the
Louise.
only way you're wrong. Everything else is a matter of opinion.
It's always going to come back to the Eternals. That's like our inside joke. It's never going to go away.
You put a gun to my head and you got to watch Eternals or you got to watch Ironheart. I'll watch the Eternals. Eternals is
For
better than Ironheart. Ironheart is now
for
hit rock bottom.
for context, for anybody who's just watching the podcast for the first time, this podcast has been going on for a few years now, and we've always talked about the lowest of the lows for any film, for any TV show. We always compared it to the Eternals because it is the worst Marvel piece of content ever created. Ever created.
Howard
And
the Duck is better than the Eternals.
oh my goodness, that is disrespect. Howard the Duck is not even that bad though. Like it's really not.
But people
Like
hate it. I don't know why. I thought it was a funny movie. Does
I
it
don't know.
have weird shit in it? Absolutely.
Yes,
But
definitely weird.
it's watchable.
I mean, it was the 80s and 70s, it's of course movies like that were weird during
And
that
it's a
time.
George Lucas film.
I forgot it was a George Lucas film. Side note, we're going to be talking about coming up on our next episode of the podcast. We're going to be doing a retro review of Howard the Duck, which amazing segue, by the way. We're going to be doing a retro review of Howard the Duck, where we just once in a while we like to go back and review some films that we might have grown up with, even if it's not even that old from like our childhood, but just films that have been out for a little while and just kind of review it from a different set of eyes, especially after it's been a few years. So yeah, you definitely might want to subscribe and all that good stuff like that, so you guys can be around for
Yeah.
that.
So basically, we're,
Um,
we're reviewing a pre MCU Marvel movie.
yeah, essentially, which I keep forgetting that Howard the Duck is a Marvel like property.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like when you say it, it's like Howard the Duck. It just feels like a weird 1980s just random Jim Henson movie, you
But
know.
you
And
forget that Howard the Duck was also in Guardians of the Galaxy.
yes, he was. He was. Yeah.
And
So
supposedly he's in Endgame.
really,
Yeah, I read that somewhere that there's like 2 or 3 frames of Howard the Duck in the battle.
I
I've
got
never found it. I've never seen it, but I read it somewhere, and I think that's just someone's wish fulfillment. There's a rock that was blurry on the screen, like that's Howard the Duck. No, that's my opinion. But supposedly there's like 2 or 3 frames of Howard the Duck.
I gotta see that. That doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound right.
I'm pulling up a scene right now, and in game, apparently it's the scene where everybody came back from the Doctor Strange portals. I don't see him. I'm trying to pay close attention to it right now, and I don't see where he could have been at.
That
Oh,
much?
he is there. He
He
is.
is.
Yes, I'm gonna try to find the still frame and show you. Oh wow, we're gonna do this live, guys.
My God, I think I
He is. You know what? I think I remember seeing him when I watched the movie, and I was like, "Wait a minute, was that Howard?" And then I just everything was just happening so fast that I just forgot, and I just never like went back to like confirm. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
I'm
God, I see the frame of it.
I'm gonna pull it up right now for our video watchers to see. If right there. Anybody who's watching the video version of this, right above Lewis's head is Howard the Duck.
Yep.
That is crazy. Now, granted, in that scene, he's a little different. He definitely looks different from compared to how he looked in the 90s. In the
Yeah.
90s, he was a little more
Face.
chunkier and like he was just a little thicker, thick boy. He's definitely a little skinnier in this one. But yeah, Howard the Duck showed up in the MCU. That is wow. I did not
So
even
he's
realize that.
yeah. Well, good thing I remembered that little fact.
Yeah, that's Lois's random fact for today, guys. Jeez Louise, how the duck. So yeah, our next episode, guys, just give you guys a little future heads up is that we're going to be retro reviewing Howard the Duck. All right, Lo. So before we get out of here, do you have anything you want to leave the people with? I didn't prepare a recommendation for this one because we were supposed to be doing clips. But if you don't have a recommendation, it's fine because I know
The
we
only
didn't really prepare
recommendation
for
I
that.
really have is Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. We're
Oh
halfway through
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
season. We're
True.
halfway through the season. It's been pretty good. Episode 1 was good. Episode 2 was good. Episode 3?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are we on 3 episodes already?
No, the fifth one just aired.
Okay.
Thank you. Damn it. Give me 1 second. Now I have to freaking log into my Paramount Plus.
When are we? When is the last episode? So I know that we can prepare to review the entire season.
If you give me a second, I will tell you.
Actually, I'll check it while you check the other one.
Come on. I love my Apple Watch. I get to log into stuff that way.
What do you mean? Like you can unlock stuff with your
With the
Apple Watch?
watch, yeah, my watch automatically unlocks all my computers. It when I type in a password, it's you just double click on your watch and it types it in for you.
Okay, okay. The final episode of Strange New World season 3 is going to be on September 11th. Wow, it's gonna go that far?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So that's when the final episode is?
Yeah, September 11th.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go. I thought it was going to go to the end of August. I didn't think it was going to go to all the way to September.
I thought it would go to October. Yeah,
Really?
episode 1 was good of season 3. Episode 2 was funny as shit. Episode 3 um was good, not great. Episode 4, there's a lot of Star Trek controversy over the episode.
Okay.
And the one I just saw was 5, and 5 was pretty good.
Okay. Okay. I
So
just started watching it to prep our just kind of get ready for our review once the series is over. So I mean, I didn't realize we had that much of a ways to go.
yeah,
But since we had like at least a few more weeks left in the season, so far for my first episode of watching it, quality quality show.
yeah,
Um, I think it looks great. It picks up off right off where last season left off, and like I said, I'm still early, so I really don't have much of a review or like or like a opinion on it yet.
you haven't watched enough to be able to form an opinion.
Essentially, so yeah, I mean, but other than that, so far I'm liking it. It's still great quality, so yeah, looking
Yeah,
forward to
I mean that'd be my recommendation for now because I
it.
kind of feel like the summer's sort of a weird time in pop culture where you have your blockbusters that come out and then you don't really have much else. So unless you're hardcore like on TikTok or YouTube or something like that, there really isn't much. So for me, I'd have to say Strange New Worlds only because it's been really good so far. It's halfway through. You still have a chance to binge watch it, catch up, and move forward.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I just noticed after I just got finished watching Fantastic Four that I was like, yeah, that's it. There's not really any other movies out right now that I'm like even looking forward to. I think this is something that film called Together, maybe. I don't know. I think that's what it's called, where like the couple gets stuck together or something like that. I might check that out. But yeah, there's not really. I mean, I know Wednesday just dropped, so I'm definitely going to be watching
Well,
Wednesday.
that we also should review Wednesday. That is pop culture.
Yeah, we should review Wednesday. I don't think Wednesday is gonna have as many episodes as Strange New World, so that'll probably be done. Maybe, might not. That might be done before Strange New World is over. So yeah, over these next few weeks, once Wednesday is up, then we'll be reviewing Wednesday. Once
Yeah,
Strange New World is over, we'll definitely talk. So I feel like we're gonna be talking more like going towards the end of the year. We're gonna be talking more about like TV shows because a lot of TV shows are gonna start coming out now since
yeah,
Blockbuster summer took up most of the time. Later on, like as time goes on for the rest of the year, we're just gonna probably be going over a few like TV shows, definitely some retro reviews and things like that, and getting ready for the new year, which is crazy. We're even talking about that right now. I feel like the year just started.
yeah. We also for whoever's listening or watching, we were also talking about doing a random movie review where we pick a streaming service, we pick a genre, and we randomly pick a movie and we review it. It'll be like a 15-20 minute thing. We're
Yeah,
still trying to figure out how we select the streaming service, the genre, the movie.
I say we
You
do
know?
like a Wheel of Fortune thing, where it's like we spin a wheel and then it'll spin Netflix. All right, which show? Spin the wheel, or like genre, and then spin the wheel this genre, and then just keep going like that until we get down to a show or a movie or whatever it is.
Well, I
I can
also
find a way
think
to set that
what
up.
after we pick the genre, we pick the number. So let's say 7. So then we see the screen and we count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the movie we're watching.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We could do something like that. Yeah, because I think that'll be fun. It's something different, something interesting. Try to spice things up as far as like our reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think we have the most fun, not only reviewing something that we love, but reviewing something that we're just like we don't know much about, or maybe we don't even really like that much, but we still can like have fun doing it. I think that makes things even more interesting.
and it also allows us to research a movie that we don't we didn't know existed.
Exactly. And I've been wanting to do that more. I've been wanting to do more of that because like it's just I don't know. I just think it's fun, reviewing something that like you said you didn't even know about at all. So it just kind of broadens our horizons. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Other than that, guys, that's gonna be it. We really do appreciate you guys checking us out. As always, don't forget like, subscribe, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/. the J House. And if you're on an audio podcast, leave us a review. Helps out, keeps the lights on, keeps Los with his cup of coffee and all that good stuff. So there it is. Oh, what's the mug today? What's the
Oh,
mug
Star Trek.
today, Los? Okay,
Star Trek.
okay. Nice. We're gonna have to
Robert
make that a segment of the
Press.
show.
Yeah, well, you know what? I broke so many mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke so many. I might start like using some of my wife's mugs, where she has like a Disney mug and things like that.
Hey, let's do it, man. I think we should do that. What's Los drinking out of today? That's what it's gonna start me.
Yeah,
Make that its own segment.
we already
Uh,
know the WD-40. We already know the Star Trek cup.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I gotta start breaking up my little mug collection because I feel like when it gets into the colder seasons, I drink from mugs more than I do anything else because
Yeah,
hot chocolate and all that. So, but yeah. All right, guys, appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. We'll catch you guys later.
later.